Hey everyone, I'm Carrie for Virtual Bastion, and thank you for coming back for more Neverwinter. So this is episode 20 of my playthrough of Neverwinter on the PlayStation 4. I'm playing with the intention of getting my newest character, my half-elf guardian fighter, Helikira, here up to the game's cap of level 70. Now, this will be an interesting video. Most unfortunately, it wasn't until after I ended the recording that I realized that I had my mic turned off throughout the entire hour, and I feel like such an idiot because of it. So, I am offering up this sort of what's going to end up being a rather substandard commentary track on my adventures here through the rest of the Pirates Skyhold. And I'll do my best to recall what was going on at the time. So at this point, we had just finished up with sort of the first half of the Skyhold, sort of the lower section, if you will, this giant land in the sky that was full of lizard folk. And we went through Skull Fortress, got ourselves some pretty nice armor that I don't think I'm wearing at this point, but it was still pretty nice at the time. I did get this cool shield that makes me look like a Ninja Turtle, so I thought that was kind of neat. It does look like a turtle shell on my back when I'm holding it. But at this point, what I'm doing is following through with a couple quests that Norva the Cook gave me. One is to do away with different enemies here in the walk the plank section. As well, I'm seeking to collect keys dropped by some of the enemies to free undead mutineers. And so it's all just a matter of hacking and slashing through, collecting keys, and I think I have one key at this point. Heading on up to find some cages. So throughout this area there are cages holding these mutineers that you're supposed to free. You only need to free 4 of them, so you need to collect 4 keys and free 4 mutineers. Not the easiest level. These ruffians and the Death Pledge, they're rather difficult to say the least. And I'm not to a point where I'm so high level above these various characters that the stage is easy. It's not the way it's supposed to be. It's not the way I really want it. It's like a good challenge at the very least. One that allows me to use the different powers that I have at my disposal. If nothing else. Right? So yeah, let's see. Up here, so in the walk the plank section, there's sort of this optional little area. If you head up here, there's a character called the Judge, and defeating her will give you a gavel that will open up another minor quest, simply to return it. So we defeat her handily. There we go. Gather up some treasure. And yep. And taking the Judge's gavel, right? So if you go into the inventory there, it'll be where is it? Yep, accept that quest. Okay, quest accepted. Justice among thieves. Alright, so I'm still trying to I still have to locate keys and free people. Not done yet with this particular area. And let's see, coming over here because there are more enemies for one, so hoping that one of them will drop a key. Or 2. I need 2. But I don't think that turned out to be the case. Oh no, there's one. That's good. So back up we go. Because there are a couple cages off to the left up there. Finishing up with these 2 Death Pledge. No problem. And there's the key that we need. Alright, so the collecting keys is complete. Then Heading back over here to free 2 more mutineers. There we go. And so back to Norver we need to head. And taking out some more enemies along the way. Again, not to the point here where I'm not to the point where enemies will ignore me. In fact, they don't. As much as I'd love them to always, they simply don't. But again, every single battle leads to gaining a little bit of experience. And that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. So, heading back down to Norver the Cook. And down we go on my bear. And hey, Norver, got some stuff for you. Turning these 3 quests.
The judge's gavel. You've done us a great favor, friend. The judge gleefully sentenced those of us who were caught to horrible fates. It brings warmth to my heart to know that justice was finally served.
Okay.
1,000 blessings, friend. Now it's our turn to help you. Fair's fair, after all, even among traitors, thieves, and pirates.
All right, and one more.
Thank you, thank you. I wouldn't like to think of what would have happened if they'd found us. There are many fates worse than death, and Bartholomew Black Dagger knows them all.
Okay, done with those, and now we have the inside job.
There's at least one skyship still skyworthy, and it's in the hands of Captain Kayliss, Black Dagger's second in command. She has a hideout somewhere in the city, although I don't know where. Kayliss made sure that only Black Dagger and her crew knew where it was. But, I think your friends need your help first. We spotted a flying longboat coming around the edge of the island a few minutes ago. They were under fire from the ballistay at the market square below us. You should probably disable the ballistay and meet up with your friends before you go searching for Kayliss.
Okay, so on we go to the market square. Apologies again, guys, for screwing up the commentary on this. I cannot believe that I forgot to turn on my mic last time. This is also weird because I'm doing my best to, I can't hear the audio of the video while I'm recording. So I'm doing my best to not talk over the characters, the quest givers specifically. And so apologies if things are a little bit wonky. Regardless of whatever I'm saying, everything that happened in the video is completely true. So, so there's not a ton left in Pirates Skyhold, but we have several more important quests to take care of. Now the first is taking care of the ballistay. These catapult-esque, they're not really catapults, but they're in the same vein. There are 4 of them that we have to burn, to destroy. But of course, there are also 4 of them with enemies around. So let's see, gather up some stuff. And, oops, nope, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, bothered by enemies still. So let's get rid of everybody around us. And maybe we'll have luck. And finishing off the last couple folks. Very good. All right, so back to burn the first one. And then around to the second. Great. Okay, so that's 2 of them done. Now the other 2 are down on this slightly lower level here. I'm just going to hop on down and head over to number 3. Looks like somebody cleared this area of enemies already. so as mildly annoying or suffocating as it can feel sometimes when you're in a game like this with other people doing the same things that you're doing, sometimes it's not so bad. Especially if people have been there before you and they clear out a band of enemies that you expect to be there. And it just makes it a lot easier to get through the level. Sometimes. It doesn't always work. Of course, it works the other way, too, for other players if you happen to be the first one through to clear out enemies for them. So I guess it's a win-win all around, even if the idea of dealing with strangers may not be your thing. All right, so this is Shilyargo, and we're turning in the inside job.
I didn't even know we had someone this far forward. Good work on taking out the ballistay. And you say you found a lead on a skyship.
Okay, now she has a couple other things for us to do.
An undead pirate captain named Kayliss has a skyship stashed in a secret hideout? And you found this out from stranded pirates who say they rebelled against Bartholomew Blackdagger? Sounds more like desperate mutineers telling tales. I'll send some scouts out to try to find this hideout, but I want you to check up on these mutineers' story. I want to know if these undead sky pirates here really are in Blackdagger's service. Take down a few of them and bring me back their hats. The insignias on the hats should tell us who their captain is.
Okay, and what else?
I'm having a lot of trouble trusting these mutineers you're talking about. But regardless of whether their story is true or not, we can't go after this Captain Kayliss until we find her hideout, if it even exists. In the meantime, there's plenty of skyship wreckage down near the docks of the city that needs searching. While my scouts look around for Kayliss or any other opportunities, go pick your way through some of that wreckage and see if there's anything worth bringing back.
Okay, so that's 2 from her, and there is another quest giver over here as well.
Something terrible happened to this place. I just hope we don't stay long enough to suffer the same fate. You made it so far on foot. Impressive. Perhaps you can assist me. Something powerful attacked this place a long time ago. Something that I believe is still here. For our safety, we must discover what it is. I'd like you to search the damage in the city and make record of anything that seems like it wasn't caused by standard weaponry. I urge you to make haste. I have already seen signs that this creature may be... No, I will not engage in speculation. Return after your survey is finished, and I'll tell you then.
All right, so now we've got a bunch of things to do. We've got to gather pirate hats, which is no stranger than having to gather lizard teeth. We also have to survey damaged areas. Now, I know that the path is leading me out, but I'm heading back because I know that there are a couple of areas in this particular section to survey. So I think that the quest trail always tries to lead you on... Oh, a pirate hat. The sparkly trail probably always tries to lead you on the... I don't know if the sparkly trail always leads you to the most economical way to do things. It depends on what quests you have active when. And of course, you don't even have to take all the quests all at once, I suppose. But why not? So that's two areas surveyed. So the other 3 are out in this other section of the... I don't even know what this place is called. The Mutineers' Bay? I could be totally wrong about that. This 3rd section of Pirates Skyhold. Taking a look at the views. The views are really incredible from this part of the game. I mean, you're so high up. Yeah, it's super neat to look out and you see the other sky ships around. Yeah. Gathering little bits of lore here and there. To be honest, I would read it, but I can't see what it says on my little screen as I try to record. Ugh, what a mess. Anyway, all that aside, I am looking for wreckage. So there's some wreckage. So capturing pirates' hats, searching wreckage, and finding these areas to survey. Just looking at my map. You can see the markers on it. And there's actually a marker back here for, I believe, an area to survey. So there we go. That's number 3, I think. Through we go. Dealing with enemies along the way. I don't know. It's a matter of, do you get to them first or do they get to you first? Whichever you prefer. All right, so that's more wreckage. It's all done and searched. And another pirate hat. Nice. Nice, nice. Now, I don't think I had been down here. Just debating on whether or not to go down, but sure. Because, again, any pirates means hats. and hats are a good thing. That's what we're after. Okay, so more enemies here. Let's hope that a few of them drop some stuff that we need. Yep. Pirate hat again. All right. And I think, looking at my bitty screen, I think I only need one more hat at this point. Yep. Yep. Looking good. Maybe 2 more. Hard for me to tell. Either way, still gathering around, going around, excuse me. Debating on which way to go. The trail is pointing me off to the right, but there's actually an area to survey down here. And as well, more enemies to drop hats, hopefully. And let's see what else we could find. Yeah, this is I think the 4th area that needs to be surveyed is back here. Again, just using my map as the guide as opposed to the trail. The trail is super helpful, super easy to just stay on track always. But you don't need to. Gosh, you can go off and do whatever you want. Ah, there's another pirate hat. And that completed the opposition research quest. All right, searching more wreckage here. And then going back to gather up some coin. And an extra pirate hat just because. I didn't need it. But always want that money. Money, money, money. All right. Looking around for more wreckage. But I know that, oops, see, sticking around too long. Garnering enemies' attention. And more. Okay, that's done. They're all done. So the last area to survey is up this way. And as well, there's at least there's a pile of wreckage to search. A couple of them right there. And then there's one more that I know of. There are several, as with many of these things, several scattered around the region. I at least have memorized a few locations of them. So let's see. So that's the final, I think. Yep. Final area surveyed. Completes a reason for distress. Take care of these enemies here. As we head to our last pile of wreckage to search. And there it is. That's it. All right. So, taking a bit more loot. And then getting on my bear and heading out. Real interesting spot. Quite different from any other place in the game. And still replete with lots of enemies. Let's see how far. I like to see how far I can go sometimes before I get knocked off. You know, whether or not it's fight or run. It always seems, at this point, it's always fight. If my bear was faster, I might have a better chance of avoiding everything, but it's fine. It's fine. The goal right now is leveling up, and anything that gets me there is good. It's good. And the Skyhold is not that big. Well, it's kind of a spread out area. It's not huge. Whoops. That's not huge. Come on. Fine, you want to fight? I'll fight. Always happy to oblige. Okay. Is that it? Was there anybody else? Nope. Alright, Bear. We got to get back to Shill. And the other quest giver, I didn't even catch her name, to turn in what we have. Alright. And here we go.
Good work. Looking at these hats, they do all have the insignia of Bartholomew Blackdagger on them. Maybe those mutineers were telling the truth after all.
And level 47, woohoo! Awesome!
Weren't able to find anything, huh? I guess that's not really a surprise. These pirates may be walking corpses, but they are still pirates. They probably picked the wreckage clean of any valuables long ago.
Okay, so the scoundrels retreat.
The scouts I sent to find Kayliss's hideout came back with good news. They saw something that looked like a hideout entrance in the cliffside on the other side of the docks. Maybe your mutineers were being on the level with us after all. I have a lot of crew injured here, but you seem like you're pretty good at taking care of yourself. How does going down there solo sound? Getting me the skyship I want would put you in my good graces. And let me tell you, I'm a very good person to be in the good graces of.
Okay, looks like I get a cool helmet for taking on Captain Kayliss. Turn in the second quest, third quest
It's as I
here.
feared. These acid burns, their pattern and placement, combined with the other pieces of evidence we have uncovered. This is the work of a black dragon. There is a black dragon somewhere on this island.
Wow, a black dragon.
Wanna know
Well,
who's in charge here?
We don't
You
have
are
to face a
looking
black
at-
dragon. But I leveled up, so I'll take care of that.
A most dreadful curse.
Again,
most
leveling up
dreadful
my
and most powerful.
Supremacy of Steel. Yeah, you can't level anything up to level 4 until you hit 70. And again, adding another point into one of my feats there. Work on leveling
With
that
more
up.
skyships in our
And
fleet,
dealing
the
with
other
companion.
companies won't be able to compete
Oh,
with us.
I won't have to deal with companion management too much longer. I'll send Rawl away and summon Rain. Rain is actually done training, so I'll just be switching him out for other people who need to go away. And then once everybody is trained, then it's just a matter of deciding who I want to use at any given moment. With other playthroughs, I've usually stuck with one single companion, once they're all leveled up. With this one, I might switch back and forth. I actually like all of my companions. They're extremely useful in one way or another. So maybe we'll just sort of do eeny, meeny, miny, mo each with each dungeon or each new area. So they're all good. Now, obviously, Rupert and Rawl are have higher levels than either Rain or Romek. So, but I don't know that really matters too much in the end. At least not yet. Perhaps having a powerful companion probably makes sense to think about once you get into the, bigger level 60 and level 70 campaigns. So, but at this point, they're all helpful. They're all helpful in some way, especially for the type of character that I'm playing. Obviously, Rupert and Rawl's healing is extremely nice, but Rain and Romek's ranged attacks are just as awesome. All right, so we're heading into the Scoundrels' Retreat to take on Captain Kayliss. Figure out what she's got going on here with this secret skyship she has stashed away. Okay. Doing a little little inventory management here. Deciding to equip a potion. I have so many potions, and I always forget to use them. But they last you for a bit, depending on which one you pick. In this case, a potion of force, I believe. and using an invocation blessing. And hey, yes, I forgot that I had an adventurer's pack to open. So, adventurer's reward. So yeah, I got some neat stuff, I guess. Identification scrolls, best of all, if anything. And then some additional potions and some more injury kits. Always good, always good. And then deciding that, you know, the potions that I got are actually better than the new ones. They give me better healing than the ones I currently have equipped. 6,000 points as opposed to 4,000. So I decided to use them to equip them. Even though I have a ton of those bound potions of healing, I'll eventually sell them. And I mean, there comes a point where, you know, those low-level healing potions mean nothing. They do nothing to help, even if you need help. So here we are in the Scoundrel's Retreat, making our way through. And, yeah, lots of pirates in the way. Again, using my favorite combo. Just going to abuse that throughout the rest of the playthrough. Do have to remember to not hold down my R2 strike, that Weapon Master's strike. As great as it is, it's kind of funny when I'm just swinging at nothing. So another group here, easy enough to take down. And dealing with these ruffians, they are rough. They've got a good bit of HP attached to them. And he's just beating up on poor Rain, but Rain can handle himself. Actually, I noticed that Rain doesn't have a lot of defense, and that may be my fault with the way that I have him equipped. Then again, he is a wizard, and he should know to stay back and let me handle all the heavy-handed fighting. But you know, I have no control actually over what my companion does at any given moment. So you just go with the attacks that they dole out. There may be, and actually I don't know, I've never thought about it. I don't know if there's a way to control what your companion does, how he acts, he or she acts. Yeah, I don't think so. And dang it. See, injury. I'm going to try to stick it out. Although that stinks because Kayliss is kind of a difficult boss. But see how things go here. And actually, it's not so much that Kayliss is difficult, but about halfway through, like a mob of enemies ends up joining the battle. So it's kind of it's just a lot to deal with in a short amount of time. Having an injury doesn't really help in that regard. So, following our quest path down. We're getting close. So, keeping my eye out for things to open. I actually haven't seen... I've seen a couple packs that I can't open. But no dungeoneering ones. If I felt like purchasing the kits to open them, I might. But I don't. I'd rather save my money so that I can continue to unenchant and enchant my armor as I switch things out. All a matter of having the best armor at any given moment. It does change quickly as you level up. What becomes available to you may or may not be better than what you have. The item level will be better for the most part, but the particular bonuses that come with any set of armor, you know, depends on what you want in the moment. If you're happy with the armor that you have, why switch? If you're not, then don't worry, you'll find something to switch it with soon enough. Although I have had cases where, for instance, like I really wanted to switch out a particular armor set, and for some reason the drop never happened. So with one character, I was looking for like a new pair of boots. I just wanted to change out the boots that she had been wearing for a while. But nobody throughout, I think it was 2 levels before a pair of boots dropped that was appropriate for her. Oh, that was silly. That was silly. So, anyway. Taking people down with my Guardian Fighter. She's really awesome and I like her so far. I like her much better than the Great Weapon Fighter at this point. It's got a little bit more finesse attached to her attacks. Alright. And I think this is it. Kayliss is right down here. Yep. There she is. Heavily guarded. And difficult, so I will likely use a daily power off the bat. And did I remember to use my lantern? Let's find out. Nope, it looks like I did. I remembered to do, there we go, my lantern of revelation. The extra little bit of whatever it is that you get from those artifacts, it's so usable and so helpful. So the battle with Kayliss, again, taking down Kayliss is not so difficult. It's just these other big enemies that come and join the battle. Pain in the neck sometimes. But she's proving to be not too much of a hassle. There we go. So she's done, and that completes the Pirates Skyhold. At least as far as the lairs are concerned. The area itself is not complete because it does have a dungeon attached to it, a group dungeon. Oh, that battle really did rein in. Your companions do regenerate health between battles if it wasn't obvious already. Ah, so she gave us a quest available in inventory, Kayliss's artifact. Well, let's read a little bit from her journal here. Pick up a little bit of lore about Captain Kayliss and pick up a new helmet. Oh, I like that helmet so much better than the one with the wings on it. So go ahead and equip it. And so there we go. Very good. Equip it right. Nope. Click. Not sure what happened. Click. Equip. There we go. Looking through a couple other things that I got. A different shield, one that's slightly better than the one I have on. So we'll equip that too. Take out the enchantment from the old one. Very good. And right, so Kayliss's artifact gives another quest. We have to show it to Shil Yargo. Okay, that we can do. And let's see, going back to my character sheet to check out that shield. Look at that shield. Oops! Extreme close-up. It's really cool looking. It's really cool looking. My character looks really awesome right now. I really just like the setup of the armor and the helmet and everything. So we're going to reapply that enchantment to the new shield. And I think that's it. Still injured, so I'll have to get back up to the campfire and heal. Maybe check out a little bit more of my inventory at that point. I'll have to do some management for sure. And let's see. So we'll load back into the Pirates Skyhold. And see where we end up. Should pop us back out where we entered. Yep, onto the docks. And hop on my bear and head back out. Alrighty. So let's see how far we get before we get knocked off. It's a little mini game I like to play as I'm going through these levels. Just how far can I get? Or how many enemies can I at least group together to deal with all at once? In this case, quite a few. Quite a few. You know, it's always the archers. It's not necessarily the enemies that don't have the ranged attacks, like, they're pretty easy to run by, but, you know, if it's an archer or a magic user you run by, forget about it. They are going to not ignore you. Unless you are so high a level that they don't care. So, At this point, I'm just running down to deal with this second group of enemies down here rather than get knocked off, as I feel will probably happen. Okay. And that's that. So, nope, not done yet. Again with the archers. And... oh, thank you. Thank you. Rain took care of that one. And off we go. So we've got to head back to Shill. And we'll tell her that Captain Kayliss is no more. Is no more indeed. Be a good time for the Skyhold with her out of the way. So up we go. And
These pirates came back from the dead to
There
guard
we are.
the skyship is ours! Mark my words, this is only the beginning of the rise of Company Yargo.
Flying is so much easier than walking.
okay. So that completes that.
I'd never have
And-
expected to get help from mutineers. But that tip about Kayliss really helped us out. Can you go speak to him and deliver my thanks? Tell him I might even help them get off this island one summer.
All right. we'll do
Well,
that.
you've earned my respect, and that's no easy task. But I don't have any more work for you right now, so head on back to Neverwinter whenever you're ready. If any of the rumors I've been hearing have any truth to them, you'll be needed there.
Okay. And at this point, I thought I had accepted that artifact to, give her this artifact, but I guess I didn't, so went back and accepted it. There we go. So that, now I can turn that into her.
Aha! So this was how Black Dagger's pirates were flying these skyships. Normally, you need to have a bunch of wizards along with you in order to fly one. But it looks like they had someone bind a specialized artifact to each ship instead. Clever. Probably pretty expensive, though.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So I stop in the fire because I do have to heal. That's one thing that has to happen now. And so do a little companion management because bringing on Romek because he had finished training. And so bring him on so that he can continue to gather experience.
Wasn't expecting to
And
find them
check
dead.
out a few things in my
Well, whatever. I
inventory
won't let
of
them get in my
interest.
way.
Refine a few gems. And identify a couple things maybe. Helmet, not better than what I have on. Yeah. And then some armor that is better. Sort of, in some respects. Yeah. I think I like the high
More
HP in my
skyships
current
our
armor,
fleet,
so
the other
I
companies
keep it.
won't be able to compete with us.
And a ring to look at. Pretty good critical strike there, if I'm reading that correctly.
It is my task to do.
So that I do. Took out my protecting ring, picked the cruel ring, and that's that. So I healed up. And now it's back on the bear and out of the Skyhold. So that does it for that. Now again, there's no bonus attached to for me here to completing this level because I'm not going to do the dungeon at the end. Oh, see, archers, the worst. They're the absolute worst. I couldn't figure out where from where I was being attacked. Yep, far away. All right. Well, see, and then a whole bunch of other folks showed up. Never just one or two. It's a group of them. All right. So we get back on Mr. Bear and head out of the Skyhold. Not a big area, but a pretty spread out area. So each section kind of feels like its own little enclave in a way. And very different when you compare this whole section to what's down below where the lizard folk live. It's like two completely different areas, practically. But okay, we got to talk to Norver.
We'll not ship this, Captain Yargo. She would help us escape this place. I've never heard any words so sweet.
All right. And so the Pirate King, yeah, that's the group dungeon. So I'm not going to listen to what Norver has to say about it. So I'm just going to move on. I mean, those dungeons, they're good. They're neat. You know, not only because completing them will actually finish the campaign formally, but because you do get good rewards, pretty good gear at the end of each dungeon. You know, depends on what you're into. I think that the stuff that you get just sort of from looting general things is pretty darn good too. So, you know. But, you know, certainly if you're after the completionist mark, you'll want to complete those dungeons in some way. Whether you take them on by yourself, which you certainly can. You can complete every dungeon privately on your own. And you still get the gear reward, or you can, you know, complete them with people you know or people you don't. Either way. All right, so we'll make our way back out and around as we revisit all of these places where we've been. It feels like forever ago. Stopping in the campfire, just a thing to do. I think you can stack 2 campfire visits. No more than that, though. Alright. So we'll head back down. We'll see how feisty the lizard folk feel. See if they'll leave me alone. I don't think that they do. Because, again, I'm more threatening. They tend to leave the less threatening characters alone. Sometimes. I did recently play through as a halfling, and yeah, the characters seemed to, whether it was just because she was small, I don't think that's why, or perhaps she was just not perceived as much of a threat. I was very often able to just sort of sneak through some areas without worrying about having to do these little battles along the way. But you know, it varies depending on the character, apparently. I don't know that I pay that much attention, to be fair. Not so good at getting into the technical side of this game. I'm not that interested in it either. I'm really just here to have fun, do some quests, do some RPGing, and plenty of good adventuring, which this game has in droves. And adventuring at your own pace, however you want to take on the levels. And you know, you don't even have to go through each and every campaign like I'm doing here. You can skip them if you feel like, you know, you want to take on a harder level without worrying about some of the lower levels. It's all up to you, however you want to do it. Once you get up to level 70, it's kind of like the world's your oyster at that point. Whether you do some of the long campaigns or the shorter campaigns, or just continue on completing some of these smaller areas that need to be done. Again, each one is different. Each one offers a new, if not necessarily a new set of quests. I mean, you see by now that you're pretty much doing the same types of things in each area. But at least you get to deal with them in different areas. It's not like you're constantly revisiting a desert or a forest or a mountain. So that's good. That's good. All right. I don't know how that changes actually once you get into some of the expansions. That'll be interesting. I've only dipped my toe into the waters of 2 of them. And I just have not explored them enough to know for certain. I know that one of them takes place in sort of a reworked Helmshold. It's supposed to take place in the future, and Helmshold has been rebuilt in some way. That's as far as I know it, though. Some of the other, at least one of the other campaigns, takes place in other parts of some of the worlds, such as you go back to Pirates Skyhold and you visit a different section of it that's not open at this point. So it's interesting. I'm learning quite a lot about how MMOs work, as I've never played one before this game. And it's not necessarily a genre that I want to seek out. I mean, as much fun as I'm having in Neverwinter, it's not like I'm suddenly gung-ho for MMOs, but... oh. So, at this point, it's time to return to Sergeant Knox, right? Because we have 2 areas to turn in, basically, and he'll have 2 or 3 more that we'll be able to open. So, head on back to Knox with my lovely shield. It's so pretty. And we'll see what else he has to give us.
Protectors on return from the woods, eh? It is good to have you back in Neverwinter.
Alright, and?
Dead sky pirates. The Black Dragon. Sometimes I think you are telling me tall tales. But then I've seen you in action. Good work with Company Yargo. You may become valuable allies for Neverwinter.
Okay. So we will take 2 more from him.
Credited. I've heard that the Icehammer dwarves have dredged up some ancient evil on Icespire Peak. I don't know the details, but it must be pretty serious, because they've even been calling for outside assistance to help them deal with it. Neverwinter has profited in the past few years from Icehammer mithril flowing through the port. Since their recent troubles, mithril is dried up. It might be worth your while to go talk to them.
Sounds chilly,
Not
right?
every threat to Neverwinter is as far-flung as Icespire Peak. There's a very present danger right here in our own backyard. During the Cataclysm, a huge rift in the earth opened up beneath a portion of the city. We call it the Chasm, and it's a seemingly endless source of plague-changed monstrosities. The only thing standing between those creatures in the city is a unit known as Scar Company. I'm sure the soldiers of Scar Company would be grateful for any assistance you can offer. You should report to Captain Markow in Chasm.
Alright, so we can go to either Icespire Peak or the Chasm. The game is telling me to go to the Chasm, but I'm going to go to Icespire Peak. Not only because, as I check out here, it's the next one in line in my campaigns list. Yeah, Icespire Peak and then the Chasm. But I received some mail from Riftel Farsight concerning the need for more of my diplomatic half-elf ways are needed in Icespire Peak. So that will be our next destination. That's as I head down here to get out of Neverwinter, out of the Protector's Enclave. And yeah, I'm too low a level anyway for the Chasm. So on to Icespire Peak we go. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good to me. And we'll get started in Icespire Peak, just taking on a few initial quests before the end of the hour.
What is truth but the acceptance of lies?
There we go. The snowy lands of Torundur Village. Torundar Village. All right. So we have to make our way up to, let's see. What's his name? Boblin? Oh, I can't even see.
Want to help out, do you?
I do want to
so
help.
You're here to aid us. Well, that's good news for both of us. We need the help, and there's plenty of fortune and glory in it for you too, if you can stay alive.
Oh, well, I'm pretty good at staying alive. So what do you want me to do?
Too organized. I've fought the little runts before, and this isn't like him. Someone is directing him, and I want to know who. Bring me their battle orders. Hunt down their sentries, skull cleavers, or the thrice damned hex hurlers. Those are what pass for officers among goblins, I suppose. If you can get those orders to us, that'll give us a big leg up on fighting the runts.
Okay, I think I can do that, no problem. Now, I see on my map that there's another quest giver over here. So let's talk to...
No smiths, no tools.
Talk to her.
No tools, no soldiers. No soldiers, no clan. These goblins carried our operation here for years, but we never expected them to attack in force like this. Our soldiers had to pull out from Prospector's Ridge to the southeast in a hurry, and they left almost all of the prospecting and mining tools behind. These tools took our craftsmen months or even years to build, and now they're being broken and half savaged by those damn goblins. We'll all be thankful if you went and brought us back as much of that equipment as you could.
All right, gathering
There were
mining
still
equipment
projects
and...
ongoing in Prospector's Ridge when the goblins attacked. The soldiers fought bravely, but had to retreat and couldn't protect all of the workers there. I've overheard scouts reporting to Bulbin, and they say many workers are being held captive. They're not soldiers, so how will it help the war effort to risk your life to free them, right? Soldiers need weapons. The walls need to be maintained, the catapults need to be repaired. Trust me, having good workers is every bit as important as having good soldiers. You bring those workers back, and our chances improve.
Okay, gathering and rescuing. That's what we've got to do. So we'll head up to sort of this first part of the valley here. Icespire Peak is pretty big. There's not a million and one quest, although it kind of feels like it because you're traveling through these very disparate areas. So it doesn't take forever, but it kind of feels that way in a way. Okay, so here we are at the ridge, and we are... So I see mining equipment sparkling away there. Of course, everything's guarded. All right, so there's equipment 1. So I think we have to do this 5 times. And all the while, looking to... keeping an eye out for the winter kill orders to be dropped by an enemy. And I must admit that I don't remember which enemy drops them. Shows you how much I was paying attention. But there's more mining equipment to gather. And heading down. Okay. And that is not... Those are not orders. Oh, but here's a group of workers to free. And a little bit of lore about the frozen waterfall, one of the magnificent features of Icespire Peak. So, these archers, always the ones from afar. Alright, so we'll help this group. We only have to help one, so that completes Prisoners of War. And let's see what else. So we're still on the hunt for mining equipment and orders. And traveling around the outside of my circle. Oh, there's more mining equipment. Okay, so let's do away with this group of enemies. And one last one. 2 last ones. Alright. So that'll be 3. And another group, and I see more sparkles over here, so... Let's see. Difficult. These magic users are the worst! Oh. And, yep, there we go. So there are the orders. They're dropped. Great. And mining equipment. So there's 1. If I can get it to activate. There we go. 1. And then 2. Oh, okay. Okie dokie. So that's just more orders there. So we're going to travel around, travel back, taking out some more enemies along the way. And let's see. Work our way around. And I see a sparkly bit. I see a sparkly something out of the corner of my eye, which is why I stopped to battle these guys. Okay. And let's see. It's down here. There it is. Read this journal. The mother lode. Follow the trail of axes to find the mother lode. All right. So this is like this is a little minor quest, and we'll see. Like in this log here, there is a giant axe. Well, it's not that big, but it's pretty big. And so the idea is that you follow these axes around, you look for them, and they lead to something special. And I'm just looking to see where another axe is. And there's one in the stump there. So we're on the right trail. Dispose of this group of folks, because we won't be able to get through unless we do. Unfortunately, we can't save the workers, because we've already done that. Right. And final one. Okay. And see, there's another axe down here in this box. So we're getting there. We're getting warmer. Now there's another one. And through here, there's another one. There we go. Follow the trail complete. Take the massive ruby. Okay. The mother lode is complete, and we're going to turn this back in at the start of the level. All right. We'll see how far I get on my bear before people decide to bother me. Ooh, I'm in luck, actually. Looks like the area has been cleared. So that's good. That's good. All right. So back we go. So we will turn in our quests to both people here. And I think that puts us right at the end here of the hour. So that's good. Good timing. All right. So we've got how many? 2? 3? 3 things to turn in.
Well done. Making this equipment isn't easy, you know. Thanks for saving some of our work.
Okay, and?
Thanks for freeing those workers. You know, for an outsider, you're pretty alright.
Oh, well, thank you. Ooh, level 48. Nice.
Well, I'll be. You struck the mother load, alright? As I promised in my journal, I'll split the money with you. I did find it first, after all.
All right, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, now we'll turn in the winter kill orders.
Good work. We needed this intelligence badly.
Oh, happy to help. What else you got?
These winter kill goblins have us fighting on the defensive. We need to take the fight to them, but we don't have enough dwarves for a frontal assault. You, on the other hand, might be able to do what an army can't. We need you to infiltrate past the goblin lines, cut your way through their warrens, and kill their chieftain, Murgle Mawcrow.
I'll take on
Our
some
front
goblins.
lines are further up the mountain,
And
these opportunistic goblin runts decided it was a good time for a full-out attack on our back lines. Our reserves are holding them off, but we don't have enough soldiers to launch a counter-offensive. I've been tasking all the volunteers I can find with mounting an assault on their tribal grounds. I'm worried about their skilled cleaver warriors. Those are some tough goblins. Kill a few for me, would ya?
all right. So we will have 2 things to do next time. I'm going to head over to the campfire here, and I'm going to level up, because I did. more points into more things. I have to, at this point, although I'm not interested in the 45, level 45 things, I have to put a point in something in order for level 50 to open up. So, debating on where exactly to put that point. And whether or not it's worth switching something out. I'm so used right now to the rhythm of what I've been using. I'm pretty happy with it. So, decide to stick a point into Iron Warrior, even though I don't really intend to use it. I don't think anyway. And then putting yet another point into Daunting Challenge. Is that what that's called? Oh, my eyeballs. All right, and let's see. Do some companion management. Send Romic away. And we will call on Rupert. Hey, Rupert. All right. All right. And that's it. So that's going to do it for this episode of Neverwinter. Thank you guys so much for watching. And next time, I will remember to turn on my stupid mic. So I don't have to do this again. Oh, gosh. If you liked what you saw here, please stick around and check out all the other videos that we have up here on Virtual Bastion's YouTube channel. If you want to find us elsewhere online, we are at virtualbastion.com. We're on Twitter at Virtual Bastion, and we're on Facebook, facebook.com/Virtual Bastion. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.